Welcome back to Chapter 2 of our series, Stress Proof: Manage Pressure Without Breaking. In this episode, titled Emergency Calm, 5-Minute Techniques for Acute Stress, we're diving into 5 quick and effective strategies to help you find your calm in the chaos. Whether you're facing a tight deadline or a sudden challenge, these techniques will empower you to regain your composure in no time. Let's get started. Your heart can jump by more than 20 beats in the time it takes to gasp after bad news. One moment you're scrolling your phone, the next your chest is tight, breath shallow, thoughts racing. This episode explores how to interrupt that spiral in under 5 minutes. Stress hits hardest in the tiny gap between "something just happened" and "what do I do now?" That gap is usually automatic. You say something sharp in a meeting, fire off a risky email, freeze in front of a decision. In this episode, we'll turn that gap into a micro control room. Instead of trying to be a calm person in general, vague, unhelpful, you'll learn how to deploy very specific 5-minute tools exactly when your system spikes, on the way into a tough conversation, right after a shocking message, or while you're waiting for test results. Think of it like a small, portable emergency kit you keep in your nervous system. We'll look at how brief changes in breath, muscle tension, cold exposure, and attention can flip you from auto-react to deliberate respond, without needing a quiet room, a yoga mat, or a 30-minute break. Most people try to think their way out of acute stress, but the thinking part of your brain is often the first to go offline when pressure spikes. That's why emergency tools have to be body first, thought second. In the next few minutes, we're going to treat your reactions the way a good chef treats a busy kitchen. Instead of redesigning the whole restaurant mid-rush, you'll learn a few precise moves that stop fires from spreading so work can continue. We'll focus on techniques you can use in public without drawing attention, and that still work even when you don't feel remotely calm yet. Think of this section as choosing the right tool for the exact kind of spike you're in. Same body, different levers. Start with breath, because it's the quietest intervention and usually the most socially invisible. 2 patterns are especially useful under pressure: a slow, steady rhythm, about 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and the physiological sigh you may have heard about, a sharper double inhale through the nose, then a long, unhurried exhale through the mouth. The first is like easing a dimmer switch down. The second is more like a quick reset after a jolt, especially when you feel that tight, can't-quite exhale feeling in your chest. Both work best when you commit for at least a minute instead of just doing one token breath. Next, layer in structure, box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold empty for 4. Counting gives your mind a job that isn't catastrophizing, and the brief holds create tiny pauses where your urge to react often softens. This one is ideal in meetings, on calls, or while reading a hard email. Eyes open, no one needs to know you're doing it. When your thoughts are racing so fast that counting feels impossible, shift to the outside world. The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding drill walks your attention through what you can see, feel, hear, smell, and taste. The key is specificity, not "I see a desk," but "I see a coffee ring on the left side of my notebook." Detailed noticing pulls processing power away from the inner monologue and into raw sensory data. That's often enough to drop your emotional intensity from a 9 to a 6, which is where other tools start working again. Progressive muscle relaxation tackles a different pattern, that full body clench many people don't realize they're holding. You deliberately tense one region, say shoulders, hold for about 5 seconds, then release and let gravity take over. Move steadily down, arms, hands, belly, hips, legs, feet. The contrast between tight and loose teaches your body what off actually feels like, so you can spot creeping tension earlier next time. Cold comes in when you need a stronger break, splashing cool water on your face, pressing a chilled can or ice pack along your cheeks, or running wrists under cold tap water. Keep it brief and targeted. You're aiming for a short, crisp signal, not numbing discomfort. This is the step you save for sudden surges, right after a shocking message, or when you feel panic cresting and gentler methods aren't touching it. Your emergency kit gets most useful when you match tools to very specific moments in your day. Think about 3 common spikes. First, the silent spiral. You're on mute in a high-stakes call, someone questions your numbers, and your mind sprints ahead to worst-case scenarios. Here, treat box breathing like a metronome. Keep your voice steady, let the count run in the background while you listen, and answer only after one full box. Second, the ambush. A message pops up, "We need to talk, now," and your body jumps before you even open it. In that gap, run a single physiological sigh, then switch straight into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, using only things in your immediate field of view. You're buying just enough composure to read without catastrophizing every word. Third, the long burn. You've been holding it together all day and notice your jaw and shoulders clamped on the commute home. Instead of doom scrolling, use the ride as a mini reset. Progressive muscle relaxation from face to feet, one section per stoplight, like dimming the house lights room by room before bed. Soon, take a deep breath might be a protocol, not a pep talk. Wearables could flag your personal red zones, specific meetings, commute times, even certain email threads, and push the exact drill you've pre-chosen, like a playlist cueing the right song for the mood. AI coaches may rehearse worst-case days with you in VR, so when real chaos hits, your moves are already muscle memorized. Over time, organizations might track these rapid comm skills the way they track safety drills, practiced, logged, and expected. Over time, you'll start noticing patterns, certain meetings, names in your inbox, even calendar colors that predict a spike. That's where this becomes less like coping and more like cooking from a trusted recipe, seeing the heat rise and adjusting before anything burns. You're not chasing calm, you're learning when and how to turn it on. Before next week, ask yourself, 1. In my last really intense stress moment, what were the first 3 body signals I noticed? For example, tight chest, clenched jaw, racing thoughts, and how could I use a 5-count box breath right at that first signal instead of waiting until I'm overwhelmed? 2. Which specific emergency calm tool from the episode, like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding scan, cold water on my face, or naming 3 things I can control, feels most realistic to use in the exact place I usually panic: car, work, bedroom, and where can I keep a simple reminder so I'll actually do it? 3. If I practiced one of these techniques for just 5 minutes during a neutral moment today, how would I rate my calm before and after on a 1 to 10 scale? And what does that tell me about which method I should rely on in my next high-stress spike? This was Owl Up, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!